Support for City Series Baseball is provided by the Akron Public Schools Career Education Department at 330-761-3131 or apscareers.com.
Welcome here to Canal Park. Dave Schick here bringing you high school City Series baseball right here on APS 15. And certainly our spring classic here at Canal Park, a must-see event for these City Series players as they come out here on the professional turf and grounds of a fantastic day here in May. It's going to be a nice 70 degrees and sunny. You can see just a few white clouds on the outside of this beautiful field in downtown Akron. The Akron Garfield Rams come on in as the home team, and the Kenmore Cardinals are the visiting team. Kenmore Cardinals having a bit of a struggle this season. Garfield playing well. They'll bring right to the mound as he's out there warming up. Roger Wright, their pitcher, 5-2 on the season so far. And has really done well with good control when he's been on the mound. The Rams coming in after 1-1 in their last two games as they play the East Dragons. Kind of a tale of two stories as they were up 5-1 and ended up losing the game. And then the second game in the doubleheader did the exact opposite, down 5-1 and then came back and won it 6-5. As we're about ready to get things and play some ball here in Canal Park, here the home of the Rubber Ducks. Bringing with you this broadcast is going to be, to my right, the cameraman, Peter George. Joe Bukansky on vacation today. Yeah. He's on a sunny field somewhere watching his kids play. As they'll start off the inning, Kyle Hagan, Nick Carlin, and Cody Pace, the three up to bat this inning in the top of the first. We've had some issues with the umpires. Finally back in place and ready to play ball as the first pitch is underway. It's going to be outside for ball one. That one way outside. From our vantage point here, you could see the difference. And this is a little different place to pitch. Not only do you have the big backstop behind you, there's a lot of space there if that ball gets away, but also from the mound it's a little higher. That's going to be a nice base hit through the gap. So he gets a single on that one and starts this game off with a hit. And I think we'll see that on both sides, with Wright having a little bit of problem. This is a little different mound than they have in the high school ranks, certainly. So the setup and the stage is a little different, and you're seeing it here as he looks to get settled in. Egan on first, takes some space. The ball goes up and behind him, and just as we said, it, ball goes over top. We're going to have a wild pitch, and that one is going to get him to second base as a wild pitch moves him across. You hate to be that part of the foreshadowing, but sometimes it happens that way. Good amount of wind coming in. You can hear it from our microphones here, kind of coming across the field. That one popped up to their talk it over, and they're able to get it, as coming across is going to be Dante Keys. Calls him off and makes the out. So first out in the inning, and Egan's still on second. Now that brings up Cody Pace. Cody Pace swings to that one for a strike, for a foul, and a strike. I keep moving back, Peter, because I think it's my microphone, but it's our other one that's set up to get the rest of the ambient sounds out there. Going hard after that foul ball, but just shows how much space there is. And a tough time getting over there is Jacob Milano, as he ran hard trying to come after that foul ball. As you have an additional amount of space in that area near the Ducks row. So now 2 strikes on Pace. And he hits this one very similar place. It's going to go foul, I believe, again. Probably about 10 feet from where the other one was. And Milano right there on top of it. So he's had 3 swings and 3 foul balls in this up at bat. 0-2 is the count. 1 out here in the first. Lines that one inside, trying to jam him. Sends it to third base. He'll throw across. Runner goes, coming back across, trying to make 2. Cannot get him. And the runner advances. So we'll have 2 outs in the inning here with the 5-3 play to get him out at first. And the runner gets to third base, so certainly easily now. Just a decent base hit will get him in, and John Varney comes up, the first baseman, right in the cleanup spot. Certainly where he'd like to be. 2 outs, though. That one inside. So he's got 2-0. Still has Egan on third as he's moved over. Swings on this one. High ball coming right back to our press box here. Goes over the safety net. Hits the chairs and takes a large leap after that. And they have a couple little kids running after that one for a souvenir. Varney now 2-1. That one inside for the strike. 2-2 now as he evens the count. Seeing Wright come together a little better here as he settles into the inning. This one inside, tries to jam it down to third base. He bumbles it a little bit. Is he going to make it to first? And he got him out. Fantastic play by the third baseman to come across Mark Farrell as he bobbles it a little bit, but gets it home and makes the 5-3 play and keeps the run off the board. At the end, and the turn here, still 0-0, looking to go into the bottom of the first. All right, so now the Rams come up, playing some great defensive side here. So they'll start the inning with number 20, Tyreek Bryan, John Henry, Mark Farrell. And we'll start it with a foul. That one again goes over the safety net. And near Grandma's plate, she had some nachos. She had to get out of the way. But luckily, no nachos were spilled. And it goes a little short. Ball comes back down into the safe hands of Dad. So 1-1 now on the count off the foul and the inside one that he let go by. That's a strike. Now it'll be 1-2. That one inside with good change-up speed, and he gets him on the strikeout, first out of the inning. Showing good control here. And that'll bring up John Henry, the center fielder. I'm sorry, the catcher. That one for a strike. And you can tell that Carolyn is not having a problem adjusting to the size of the field here. He's confident on the mound as this one goes outside. He's got his first K already on the first batter. I think every coach wants their pitcher to start off the game that way. Lines up and delivers this one for a foul pitch. Now 1-2. That one maybe behind his back. Going more for a shoulder massage is where that ball was headed, but he ducks out of the way, keeps it at 2-2 as Henry's not able to get hit. But it goes along the backside. That one for the strike, second K, 2-2 on the inning. And had a little bit of control on the outside, both sides of the plate, but gets his second strikeout, looking strong here in the bottom of the first. Now up's going to be Mark Farrell, the third baseman. Looking to set up, delivers the pitch here. This one again outside. And as we talked about on the top of this inning, if that ball goes behind him, it's easily a base. As we saw it in the first, wild pitch got behind him. Luckily not too far, but the backstop in comparison to what these teams have on their home fields, which is maybe 5-6 feet. You have a ways here, and you can see it from our camera angle. Looks to deliver this one, high heat, and he gets the strike on it. Two and one here with 2 outs in the first. We're to deliver this one. We're going to have a foul ball coming up, and he's coming hard to it, but not enough. I'm surprised they didn't let the third baseman come get it. Pitcher called him off, and Carolyn not able to get there in time. But he did have Vinny Lareda there, and I was surprised that he didn't let him come. He seemed like he was closer and coming towards the ball. But you got to go with the communication that you have with your teammates. So 2-2, 2 outs. Looking for third K if he can get one. That one high, and he reached for it. And it goes off the glass and stays at the suite level here in the Rubber Duck Stadium. They have successfully mastered how to get the ball over the safety net and into the stands. That one he reached for it. Looks like he got a tip of it. And he's going to run to first. And he'll stay alive that way. So Farrell, not exactly how he expected to get the first, but he'll take it. That'll bring up Dante Keys. He's got a man on first now, 2 outs. Throws the first to check into him, and he's back at the bag. Send it over to John Varney at first. Strike thrown. And we've only seen a small sample size so far, but it looks like Carolyn has a good pitch, and then sometimes one that's kind of way off base. That one just a little bit off base, but still a good pitch, trying to have him go after it. He's had a couple up high and inside that the Rams have gone after a little too aggressively. That one way outside. 2-1, the count. Here with 2 outs and a man on first here in the bottom of the first. There's the strike, 2-2. And you can't make all the pitches that way, but that one looks fantastic. Evens the count. Looking to get out of the inning with the fielder's choice. Over at first, he runs, and he'll take the strike, and that'll do it. As he has 3 Ks here in the first inning. The score 0-0 here from Canal Park. Kenmore and Garfield knotted at 0. All right, so we start the second off, and we'll start it with a hit pitch. Didn't even get his name out, Peter. And he's Jake Perkins is going to take first base. Oh, not the way you wanted to start it. So starting this inning, you'll have Jake Perkins on first with the hit pitch. Anthony Pace, Vinny Lareda, and Anthony Nolan now. As this one comes close again, Anthony Pace, he could take a base pretty easily here, but hit by a pitch, the first one. That one's close again. And it looks like some encouragement from Dad coming from the stands. That one way outside. 3-0 now, the count. And Roger Wright having some problems here in the second inning. That one's a strike, finally. 3-1 the count. Man on first already. There's the second one. After this batter, I do have interview of their head coach about Roger Wright's performance here on the mound so far. A nice hit. That one going into the outfield, and that'll keep everybody at bay. F7 for the first out. This is what the coach had to say about his starting pitcher.
Coach, tell me a little bit about your starting pitcher, what strengths he brings to the mound today.
Sophomore Roger Wright, he's 5-2 on the year. If he has good control, he should be doing okay as a mix of fastball, curveball. But I've been pretty pleased with him this season.
There you go. So trying to get that control, and we had a stolen base during that interview here as Perkins goes to second. And again, over into the seats here. Vinny Laredo sends one over there and gives the fans something to go after and get. Of course, here at the high school level, you got to bring it back. Unless you're about 7 years old and you have big, beautiful eyes, and then usually they get to keep it. That one going to be flying out to the shortstop. So he's got two. 2 outs. He's got a man that he sent to first by hitting him. He's still second, so he's got a man in scoring position, but he's got 2 outs now. And Wright looking to keep that control in good pitches. That one comes inside, and he's going to say he got hit. So second batter here in the inning. So now first and second. And again, the first pitch is the doozy. That brings up Kashani Colburn. Kashani gets a first strike coming across. Certainly a lot better than hitting him with the first one. I think I turned my microphone up a little bit, Peter. I'm going to turn it back down. Let me know if I'm a little low. Swings there for strike 2. And now maybe Wright looking for the first strikeout in the game here. Brings that one across the plate. It's going to be low for ball 1. Tips that one off to stay alive. That one's swinging through, and he wanted that one. Gets his first K, and that'll do it here for the top of the second. We're going to go back into the bottom, 0-0 here from Canal Park. All right, bottom of the second now. And looking to add to the K total with that one. 4 batters, 3 Ks. And Carlin dealing well here in Canal Park. It's a strike to start off the inning. That one over top. That's two strikes for him. Looking for the inning here. Roger Wright is chipping that one away. We just saw Jacob Milano and Terrence Robertson up for the Rams. He's got 2 strikes on him. Looking to go after him. Tips that one to stay alive. That one goes by for ball 1. Three Ks in the first inning. Looking to add to that for sure. That one over his head. Hello. 2-2. Those white marks on his helmet. He didn't want to add one by the ball making one of them. That one again high as that curve is getting away from him. Full count now. The mascot Ram down below us may not see him, but he's getting some pictures taken with some little kids, having a good time. That one swung and gets another K. His 4th in the game. That one high, and I'm not sure why he swung at that one. It's like swinging at a fly going by your face. Way high. And that one, he sends him back the other direction. 0-2 the count for Jacob Milano. His first time seeing Carlton with what he's bringing from the mound. And really taking no time between pitches. Second strikeout here in the inning. He's got 5 on the game. Now Peter, alongside me, our cameraman, has some experience in being a mascot, as we see the Rams done with the photo op down below us. I would say probably most kids, it's high five or hug, right, Peter? They either want a high five or a hug. Or both. You got to be a hugger if you want to be a mascot, that's for sure. Got to be able to have some fun with the little ones. That one for a ball. That one high again. Now he had some trouble last time trying to get that third person out in the first inning. Now he's up to here in the second. That one right down the lane, and that'll be there for the additional strike. 3-1. I had my count wrong. I was a little excited. Sorry about that. I had 2-2. So it goes the other direction of where I was headed as he walks him. So again, trouble getting that third out here in the second. That'll bring up number 21, James Waters. As he gets Robinson on base. A ball for Waters first dealing. Now this is where Carlton came back in the first, got another strike, went 2-2, and then got the strikeout. This one's going to be outside and going in the wrong direction. 2-0 the count. Line it up outside again. You can see it here. 3-0 the count now. And I would say we've only seen 2 innings, but so far had more success trying to jam people inside. But you could tell the couple have gotten away from him, gone behind the batter, doesn't want to hit anybody else. That one's in for a strike. So 3-1 now the count. And I think at this point would love a little ground ball to get this last out here. That one a great position again. Evens the count all the way up. He's battled this one. And he can't get that one to go through the strike zone. Second walked batter. And now he's got 2 on, 2 out here in the second. So that'll bring up Gerald Fisher, bottom of the order, the shortstop. Finds himself in a nice position. He's got 2 outs, but he's got 2 on. This one, he clips over into the seats for the first strike. They're battling this inning pretty well. Came out with 2 strikeouts and now 2 walks and a man in scoring position. That one hit in the seam, and the runner able to go right over it. He goes to third, and that'll get him home. So just gets a single, but moves the batters over. And they get their first hit in the ball game, but they get, more importantly, the first run. And really, you got to like the base running of Terrence Robinson. He saw the ball coming and then took the stride over it. But because he did, kind of distracted the second baseman, who had to kind of wait, Cody Pace, waiting to see kind of where it was in that exchange of where the ball was coming through where he was. This one's going to go to second for the third out. So it ends on that one, on a fielder's choice, but ends the inning on 3 runs, but makes it, more importantly, a 1-run game as they get a run here in the bottom of the second, go up 1-0 here against the Kenmore Cardinals here from Canal Park. All right, top of the third here. And then we've had some action in the scoreboard, and the Cardinals no longer have the lead as they gave up a run in the bottom of the second, sorry. And this one making contact, bobbles it a little bit, and we'll have an error get on the base. And a great hustle by Kyle Egan as he gets on with an E6. Top of the order and the man on first. That's how the Cardinals want to do it. Brings up Nick Carlin, the pitcher. In the rest of the inning, we'll have Cody Pace and then John Varney coming up. That one in for a strike. He just bobbled it, trying to get it up off the turf. That one outside, and it gets past him. So that'll send Egan over. This ball's going to sail over, and he gets in. Probably could have been standing, but he slid because he wanted to have his mom do his laundry later. So 1-1 the count and the batter. But now he's got a man in scoring position, and Kenmore making a run at this one. This one going to be outside. Certainly a little different. We had Carleton give up 2 walks to be able to get their run on. He's giving them no hits, but he gave up a run. This one going to be hit well into the gap, has a man there, and it's going to be caught, and he does not go after the tag. So an F9 on that one for the first out in the inning. But they're swinging, trying to get this runner around all the bases and get them a run to tie this thing back up. That one outside. Cody Pace up, looking to get an RBI. That's what he wants. Swings on that one. And it's going to be 1-1. Gets a turn on that one and sends it over to the McDonald's family territory. 2-1 your count now. I'm sorry, 1-2. I like our home umpire. Good communication that we can see from this position on what his calls are. Flops this one up and over into the seats. Luckily, no one sitting in that area. Stays alive, though. Tips that one again. Notice when I was down there doing interviews and one of the balls came by, and the turf a little wetter than you'd expect it to be. You can see from our camera angle, obviously the infield pretty dry, but the rest of it still had some of the residue from the rain. This one coming back towards us and just short. Cody battling on this one. Sending an array of balls all over the park, but in the wrong direction. Two the count. If you can believe it, there's been a lot more pitches than that, as he has tipped the last 4. That one came close to him, and he'll take a base. Hit by pitch. Gets on first. He's hit 3 players so far. He has 1 K, does right. And he started this inning off with an error by his second baseman. And now he's got to get these ones in. He doesn't want any wild pitches to get these guys to third. And he wants to start getting out batters as he starts it off with a ball. First and second. It has almost the same location and unfortunately the same result. Second ball. Kyle Egan on second, as well as Cody Pace on first. And John Varney, cleanup batter, trying to clean it up. 3-0 though, as Varney might do everything he can not to walk to first. Oh, he gets a strike. He's going to stay there a little longer. Varney just wants to get a good pitch to hit. That one he does, goes up and over. Into the seats as he stays alive. Now full count. So Wright using a lot of pitches on these last couple of batters. As they're chipping away, he strikes through that one, and it's going to be for a K. And that'll be the second out in the inning, second strikeout for Wright. Roger Wright. So now up to bat is going to be Jake Perkins. Last time he was hit by a pitch in the second inning. And now he's starting to see some strikes. Still Egan and Pace on base. Goes back to second. And Egan safely there. Oh, try to go back to him right away. Ooh. I'm pretty sure that hit the umpire. Not even phased, though. Second strike on Perkins. Then he hit right off his shoulder pad or the helmet, one of those two, of the catcher. That one low for a ball. 1-2 on the batter. 2 on, 2 outs here in the top of the third. That one out, and he'll stare at it as he looks at this one for out number 3 and the third K for Roger Wright. Gets out of the inning with no runs, and they go in trying to add to it here in the top of the first. Bottom of the third here from Canal Park. The Rams with a 1-0 lead. Looking to add to it here. Coming up this inning is going to be John Henry, Mark Farrell, and Dante Keys for the Rams. This one outside for a ball. Had a chance to talk to the Kenmore coach about his starting pitcher. We'll do that after this pitch. That one out for ball number 2.
Coach, tell me a little bit about your starting pitcher that you have on the mound today and what strengths he brings to the mound.
Nick's strength is going to throw strikes for us. He's got a good curveball, decent fastball, and he'll keep us in the game. That's pretty much why we're putting him out there on such an important day.
So you can see Coach knows the importance of today's game. Highlight of their season is to play here. Ball fouled away, evens the count 2-2. Great hit. You could hear he got all of that one right into the gap for a fantastic hit. And he gets a single out of that one. And you could hear it all the way up here in the press box. Then he got all of that. Second hit in the inning. Second hit of the game. Carolyn's got 5 strikeouts, 2 hits and a run. And he's got 2 walks. That'll bring up Mark Farrell. Last time got on base with a fielder's choice. Got a strike and the stolen base. Ball came out of the glove. Had no chance to even go after it. So the pitcher gets the strike that he wants, but unfortunately he's not able to get it out. That's Jake Perkins. Outside for a ball, 1-1. Hit that one foul, 1-2. Certainly a good place where you want to be. Henry, second in the batting order. He gets a fantastic hit, steals second. Now he's in scoring position here. No outs in the inning so far. And Carlton's got to work his way out of this hole a little bit. That one he gets to go to the first baseman. He bobbles it a little bit, gets the bag though first, and keeps Henry on third. Goes right to the first baseman for the out. That'll bring up Dante Keys. Roger Wright on the on-deck circle. This one goes outside. I don't know why I'm sitting so far over here. I keep leaning over. No, there's no Joe here. I can sit right in the middle of the window. That one goes for a strike. My partner off today. His kid's in some baseball tournaments as well, and it's a nice day for it. A little chilly, but in the sunshine, plenty nice and warm. As we're going to hit about 70 today here in Akron. That one hit down into the dirt and gets through the gap as well, and that'll be a run that comes in on the RBI single. So 2 hits here in the inning. And keeps things going. That one high and away. A little bit of frustration throw there, it looks like, from Carrollton. Carolyn again, same spot. Can't get just to come back into the strike zone. 2-0 now. That one high, 3-0 now. And Wright maybe taking his stroll over to first here pretty soon as he looks over to Keys. That one near his head, and he'll take a base. Third walk here for Carolyn. And they're going to go out and talk to him a little bit. Because this inning, it's been 2 hits, a walk, where we've had other innings where he started the inning off with 2 Ks, and this one just not easy to do. Talks things over. He'll face Jacob Milano. That one, another good hit off the bat. They go to third for the force, and that'll keep things there. Gets on base with the fielder's choice, but keeps the runners off third. First and second now is going to be Roger Wright, Jacob Milano, and now Terrence Robinson up to bat. Last time up, he got a walk and got on base. Good swing on it, but a little low, so it pops it right up to the fence. That one goes to second baseman, bobbles a little bit, and it's going to be close, but just barely gets him. And that'll do the inning here. They give up 1, and now they go up 2-0 here at Canal Park as Garfield leads Kenmore going into the 4th. Here to start the top of the 4th. Found themselves down in a 2-0 two-run hole. Hits it right to third. Across and gets him out. As Anthony Pace goes into the 5-3. All right, now up Vinny Larita, Anthony Nolan, and Kashani Colburn. That one low for strike 1. Vinny hits this one to second. High throw, lofts it in easily for the second out. Bingo, bango, 2 outs here in the top of the 4th. And Wright likes it. A couple pitches, ground ball, out. A pitch, ground ball, out. That'll bring up Anthony Nolan. He'll look at this one for ball 1. Ball 2 now. He said I had two easy outs to start this inning. Now we're down 3-0. Now he's got a battle. Sends this one. That'll be ball 4. Take your base. If you can believe it, that's only his first walk. He had a couple batters that he hit, but that's his first walk in the game. He's got 3 Ks. And starts this one off with another ball. Into the last inning with 2 Ks, 1 swing and 1 looking. There's his first strike. First strike in 6 pitches. Runner goes, it's outside. He can't collect it in time. Twice he tried to grab it. It'll be stolen base from there. (2-0) the count. 2-1, sorry. Tips this one off, evens it up 2-2. Oof, evens, fills up the count 3-2. There's a couple people waiting for, that was right on the edge of the strike zone, waiting for a call either way. That one will be the strike as he'll watch that one go. And that'll do it here as that's the third out in the inning. Kashani Colburn looks at it and he'll walk in as the inning's over. Still 2-0 your score with the Garfield Rams leading the Kenmore Cardinals here from Canal Park. Bottom of the fourth here. 2-0 lead and the Rams coming up looking to add to it. Up this inning will be James Waters, Gerald Fisher, and top of the order Tyreek Bryan. Calls time. Back to it. Carlin on the game so far has had 5 Ks, 3 walks, 3 hits, and 2 runs. Gets the strike there. 2-1 the count. Good hit on that one, short, and just barely able to hang on, but gets it. As the shortstop barely gets that one to stay in his glove, but he does. Had to run. You could see the ball even from our vantage point here. Right held in the back edge of the glove and holds on with each stride for the out. So that'll bring up Gerald Fisher. Looks at strike one. That one again hit high. Kind of a late delay to go after the ball, and you can see why. Lost it in the sun. Not sure what the miscommunication was, but it looked like Carlin kind of said he wasn't going to get it, so Anthony Nolan kind of, oh, that's me, and ran after it, but too late. That's going to go as an error. E4, he gets on base. Looking to go after him again at first now. Yeah, I'm not sure why Carlton had to call out to him and why some miscommunication there. Whoa, that one coming right towards us. There's a safety net there, thank goodness. Yeah, Anthony Nolan you could just see in his body language kind of, oh, that's me. Got there a little, then I felt like he got in position well, but just couldn't get the ball in. Maybe as it came down, he lost it in the sun, or it looked like he had made up time to make the catch. Throws the first and throws a heater high. Great job by Varney to go up and get it to keep the man at first. No way he was going to be able to catch and make a tag, so secures the catch, keeps it at first. That one inside, and they look like they're going after him a little bit, as Jake Perkins also looked like he was going to throw over there. 2-1 your count. One out here in the bottom of the fourth. There's a strike to even at 2-2. High School City Series coverage right here on APS 15. You're along here with Dave Schick. Swings on this one. He gets his K. Second out here in the inning. And he's got 6 of them so far. That'll bring up John Henry. First baseman kind of farther out, realized he still had a man on first, then got back on the bag, pops this one up, and that'll do it. As the fly out to the second baseman does it out, and that ends the inning. So no runs added here to zip your score as Garfield still leading this one going into the 5th. Here top of the 5th, and fouled back. We're going to start at the top of the order. Kyle Egan, Nick Carlin, and Cody Pace for the Cardinals. 1-1 the count now. So far on the game, Kyle's got a base hit in the first inning and ended up back on the bases in the third with the error, and he's going to get another one here from a different player to get back on base again, as this time it's the first baseman. It'll be an E3 as he's not able to haul it in. Oops. Helps if I write in the right area. And it just kind of goes off his glove, and he's on base again. So a nice little day for Egan. And he's running. He's going. Throw is close, but bounces off the bag. So he has advanced on 2 wild pitches to get to second, and now he's done it with a stolen base. Nick Carlin will say, all right, that's great. You're in scoring position. I'm still at bat. That one's going to be outside for a ball. 2-0 the count. Carlton grounds this one to third. He'll look at second, takes his time to go to first. And he's safe at third. So he doesn't get him out at first. Really took a while coming across as Mark Farrell looked at second whether he wanted to throw there or not, but he took too long to get to first, and Carlton outruns it. So he gets a base hit. And now first and third, no outs in the inning. And we got some Cardinals flying in looking for someone to get on base. And he's all over the place. He doesn't know where to go. He was going to throw to first, but if he throws to first, third base wanted to go. And they've got right all wild up. So he gets there on a stolen base to second. Now he's got first base open at least. That conundrum's out of the way. And we're going to have another one, and that'll be a base hit for a score, and they're on the scoreboard. I was going to ask you, Peter. I think that's a base hit. What do you think? I think so. I mean, it wasn't an error because it kind of came to him right in his shoe almost, and I think a good call to come out here and talk to him, because not only did he have he's got an error to get a guy on base, then he had a base hit to get the second person on base. Now, our last one was definitely a base hit, but the one with Carlton, yeah, I guess I wouldn't call it an error really either. Just took too long. So 2 hits in the inning here. Yeah, 2 hits. Again, 1 too many hits already. Two hits so far for the Cardinals, both of them in this inning. There's someone running with cleats like right underneath us. I don't know what it is, Peter. I know, but it's not. I mean, our microphone's headed towards the field, but it just must be some sort of echo underneath that finds its way up here. Swings on that one for a strike. John Varney up to bat. Jake Perkins on deck. Varney swings again, and they're going to say they got him on the K. And that's just the first out of the inning. First and second taken up by Carlton and Cody Pace. Kyle Egan led the inning and got the first run, making it a 2-1 ball game. And they have narrowed it down. And this inning, they have come alive. And you got to give a lot of credit to Egan getting on with a hit and 2 errors so far. That one comes up and over. That one hit and sliced, and a great grab from the first baseman. Looks to go to second and doubles him up for a double play. Fantastic move as he dives for the ball, and Terrence Robinson gets the second out, turns to second, and gets the double play. So they only give up 1 here in the top of the first, but they narrow the margin. Garfield leading 2-1 going into the bottom of the 5th. All right, bottom of the 5th here, 1-run game, and now the Rams looking to add some cushion to it. And the Cardinals coach before the game how his season had gone. We'll get that to you right after this first pitch here in the 5th. That one goes for a strike.
About how your season's gone and kind of what you're looking forward to as you're about to wrap it up.
Our season hasn't been a good season. We started out with only 11 guys. We're still with 11 guys. We have 3 kids that were non-players of any time in their life of playing baseball. So we've struggled all year long. We've had some bright spots, but other than that, it's been a long, trying season for all of us coaches.
So you can see Kenmore, only 9 players here today, and only having 11 come out for the team. Both players not here for the spring classic game here from Canal Park. Good hit off the ground, goes to the second baseman, coming all the way across, and he's going to grab him. Nice job into the 6-3 play for the first out. Now, we did ask the Garfield coach also kind of how their season was, and we'll get that for you after the first pitch here. That one for a strike. Give you a little comparison of what Garfield's coach said.
Coach, tell me a little bit about how your season's gone to this point and how you see it finishing up here.
Well, it's kind of been up and down. Right now, our record is 7-7. We've gone into some stretches where we've won 2 or 3 in a row, and then we've had some other stretches where we lost 2 or 3 in a row. We're just looking to finish out strong. We have Kenmore today and Tuesday, and then we still have to make up with Firestone next Wednesday, Thursday. So just looking to play some consistent ball here to finish out this last week and a half.
So a nice hit as Dante Keyes with the hit, first base, and a single for him. So a team that's gone stretches of good and bad baseball and looking to get a good stretch here today as they begin the back-to-back games here against the Cardinals. And Second batter up gets the first. A well-hit ball, but way high into the sun, looking for it and grabs it. An F6 for him for the second out. Keeps the man at first. Now 2 outs here in the bottom of the 5th. And that'll bring up Jacob Milano. Swings in an inside one there for strike 1. Strike 2. He's had stretches really all game where he's had 2 or 3 good throws and a couple at him. That one comes right back at him, and he'll turn, tags him out at second on the force, and that'll do it here for the 3rd inning as it goes in and out pretty quickly. Score stays 2-1 with the Rams leading the Cardinal here going into the 6th. All right, as we start top of the 6th here, we're going to have Anthony Pace, Vinny Larita, and Anthony Nolan up for the Cardinals as they came alive last inning to get a run in this tight 2-1 ball game. 1-1 the count so far. Hits this one into the turf over to the second baseman, and he's able to get it into the 6-3. Able to talk with Garfield coach about how their season's gone and who's really developed.
Tell me, is there a player that you have that's kind of stood out to you this season as far as his growth?
I'd say junior James Waters has made some nice improvements. I asked him to move from second to short this year, and he's handled shortstop pretty well, and he's picked up his stick a little bit.
Tell me.
Yeah, so you can see Waters stepping things up as he's had to move around the diamond a little bit. That one tipped back. 1-1 the count here for Larita. And it doesn't seem like it with this tight ball game, 2-1, but the Rams have had 3 errors here in the game, letting people on base. Now 2-1. It's a little chilly with the window open, but I'm still hopeful summer's coming, Peter. I can't close it just yet. And I'm sure if I was in the sun, it'd be nice. It'd be perfect. A little bit of breeze wouldn't bother me, but inside there's no sunshine inside, Peter. Surprise, surprise. Peter, my cameraman to the right, as Joe is out watching baseball games of the younger variety, and Larita takes a walk, and he'll go to first base. Second walk here by Wright so far in the game. And he's got 3 strikeouts, 2 walks, 3 batters that he's hit so far. That one outside as well. And he looks like he's throwing hard. But now we're getting into the 6th inning. That one for a strike. 1-2. As he'd certainly like to add on to the K category for himself and get another strikeout. Nolan swings at that one to help him with it, and he'll walk back to the box because he gets a K. 4 strikeouts for Wright so far. And the catcher comes out to talk a little bit. Now, Kashani Colburn is up. He's struck out once swinging, once looking, and now his 3rd time up with 2 outs here in the top of the 6th. And this is where, Coach said he had 11 players come out, some that haven't played baseball before. And you see some of the inexperience so far, but he's looking to make some contact right now and get a base hit and move Loretta off of first. Colburn gets that one chipped away behind him. One and two. So he'd certainly like to get another K off of someone. He's got 2 off already. That one's going to be short, and he's got to make the play on it. He comes after it, and he does. 1-3, 3 outs here. And we're going into the bottom of the 6th here from Canal Park. 2-1 your score. All right, bottom of the 6th here. Peter and I talking about my digital recorder, which I think the erase button's broken. That's where the interviews are coming off. It was we start the inning off with a strike, and I told him once it fills up, just gotta throw it out. I guess if I can't erase anything. Maybe if I hook it up to the USB, it has a USB, man, I can erase them that way. But, because it gets so much use sitting in the container I bought it in, waiting for our baseball and football season to come around. It goes door. I don't really we don't do a ton of interviews in basketball because they don't really come out early enough. And there's one, and he's down swinging. As Terrence Robinson, who I thought would come out electric after the big play that he got 2 outs, a double. He's able to get 2 outs in 1 inning. I thought next time up to bat, I saw him having a good at bat. Not able to get it here. This one hit high, and catcher trying to find it, and he does. For the 2nd out, Jake Perkins making the play. And 2 outs here. I'll give you some insight. They're able to talk with the Kenmore coach about their players and how they've grown.
Tell me, is there one player that you've really seen growth with this season?
No growth, really, to be honest with you. Being honest, that's it.
And then tell me a little bit.
So none, really. I was just as shocked as you were with the answer. I'm like, yeah, I'm trying to help you. I'm trying to help you here, Coach. And I think we're seeing growth in this game as they've done 1, 2, 3 in the inning. As that one goes into the 4-3 for the 3rd out. 3 batters up, 3 batters down. We go into the top of the 7th here from Canal Park. A 1-run ball game, 2-1, going into the 7th. All right, 7th inning here, and we're going to get a victor out of this game. We'll find it here soon as Kenmore leads off the game looking to get a run, and they need one to extend this one. And there's no better way to start than with Kyle Egan here in the 7th as he fouls the first one off. That one outside, ball 1. Able to talk with Garfield coach about their highs and lows this season. We'll do that right after this pitch. That one in for another ball.
Tell me maybe one of the biggest disappointments you've had this season and one of the best rewards you've had.
As far as disappointments go, it was we had a tough battle with East where we had a 5-1 lead last week and we kind of let it slip away. But I was happy that they bounced back the next day and went ahead and returned the favor and came back to beat East when we were down. I think it was a 5-1 score also. We came back to win 6-5.
So you see the resilience of the Rams, and they're seeing some resilience here as Kyle Egan fills up the count and then sends a fly ball, a foul ball that everybody ran towards. Tips that one back to stay alive. We have a new pitcher in, by the way. Gerald Fisher. Just noticed that, Peter. He's probably in the last one. And Robinson almost gets that, but can't connect. And guess what, Peter? E3. I think so. What do you think? No, you think it was a good hit? All right. They're giving him the hit. Yeah. I was going to say, it was pretty close. He's gotten on base with 2 errors the last 2 times. We'll give him the single. He's got 2 hits, 2 errors. You know, he's got on base all 4 times. He's been the only guy to score. Yeah, and let's see. Gerald Fisher in. I can't even read my own writing. I just wrote down Gerald Fisher coming in. Tries to lay down the bunt. And they're trying to get him moving. This top of the order here for Kenmore. That's what they need to have working. One and one your count. Hits this one to the second baseman. He's coming across. And says he can't make it, so he'll let him get on there. Fielder's choice to get him on base. Talk with a coach from Kenmore about their highs and lows for the season. We'll do it after this pitch. That one tries to lay down the bunt. That goes foul.
The disappointment that you've had this season, one of the
fact that we didn't have a whole lot of players come out this year. Just the fact that the kids that we've had, they've all been trying their best to do the best they can, but the talent level that we have to put out there is just not there to compete with the other big schools here in the city series and outside of the league.
So certainly, Coach, only 11 players. That's a disappointment as they lay down the bunt. He's looking to go to first, and he gets him, but it advances the runners. So on the sacrifice bunt, Cody Pace gets the first out. But he advances both the runners into scoring position with just 1 out. But now you need another base hit to get one of them in and make us go into the bottom of the 7th. It's all hands on deck. John Varney's going to get hit, and it's going to load the bases. And that's the 4th person that they've hit so far in the game. First one for Fisher. 3 for right now. Fisher's got 1, and we're going to go out and talk to him because bases are loaded. You're up a run, and you need 2 outs. So he's letting them know they want to get a ground ball into a double play. Certainly they want to be looking to get the force at home, not at first. Force at home. If something comes across. Lay down a small ball or any sac fly, we're throwing home every time. Bases loaded now. And we'll start with a ball. The other thing you don't want to do is throw 4 balls, because that's an easy way to get them home, and you're not out of it yet. Throwing again, this one, a blooper for a base hit. And we're going to be going into the bottom of the 7th for sure as Egan comes home and ties this one up at 2. A beautiful base hit. So 1 out. And this could swing the entire game. And they're not out of this inning yet. There's the strike. And as we had talked about off air, the bottom half of this lineup, though, has struggled to get on base. And now they need it more than ever. Oof. And I'm not telling anybody to take a hit, but that ball comes that close, I'm staying there. I'll take my RBI wherever I can get it. Peter, I don't have any pride. I'll take the RBI wherever I can get it. And like you said, they're going home. Now they're going to first. And he doesn't get there in time for the double play. It did not look like Robinson was ready for that ball. So everyone moves up and bases stay loaded. But Terrence Robinson could have made a play to get them out of this inning. And they would have been out with a double play, a throw at home, and a great heads-up play by John Henry to go to first, because there wasn't a lot of speed coming from Pace to get there. And now can we get out of this inning with just 1 run? Yes, we can. That'll do it here for the 7th inning, but they're able to tie it up at 2. We go into the bottom of the 7th with a nail-biter here from Canal Park. All right, well, not exactly how they wanted to do it. If they were up to the Rams, we wouldn't be playing the bottom of the 7th, but the Cardinals have battled here as they got another run and played well. So Kenmore got 5 hits. And Egan let him off. This one going over, can't get it in. And they'll stay alive as the top of the order, Tyreek Bryan gets a hit. Just sneaks through. So we have Tyreek Bryan, John Henry, and Mark Farrell. I was a little distracted with my, just trying to, we're tied. I mean, you look at the scoreboard, 2 runs, 5 hits for both teams. Now that 5th hit came right here in the 7th. But it leads John Henry, who's had a hit already in today's ball game. He actually scored the 2nd run in the 3rd. He led off the 3rd inning with a hit. A nice shot into the gap out in left field. And he tries to lay down a bunt this time, and that one's not working. And they still have Carlin for the Cardinals pitching this one out. A complete game so far. He's given up 5 hits, 2 runs. He's got 6 strikeouts. A crazy thing, he hasn't hit a batter yet. And a little hit, and he ran too far, and that's 2 outs. So he hits a little blooper for the 1st out. And just like that, it looks like we're going into the 8th, Peter. Now, we're not done yet, but not great base running as he went off the hit. It was caught for 1 out. He obviously didn't tag. So then they threw him back to first for the 2nd out. So kind of a double play right there. But now that elusive third out, which has been troublesome from Carlin. I think I keep calling him Carlton, but it's Carlin. That one up and over. That'll be for strike one. A hit on the roof just above our heads here. That sounded like a great solid hit, and you'll see that it is one as he gets a single off of it. That's his first hit of the game for Farland. And that'll bring up Dante Keys, who's had 2 hits on the ball game today. He was caught out in the 3rd inning in between bases and tagged out, and then same thing in the 5th inning. This one, though, is going to get on the board that way as he gets on base, advances the other runner. I was looking down, Peter. What do you think? Hit? Yeah, it was kind of a loaded question for you. E5. I thought that was a playable one. Scoreboard doesn't know yet, so I'm going to go with the air. More importantly, and we haven't got the 3rd out yet, and he's given up 2 base runners. And now we've got a nail biter coming into this final inning. It looked like it was 1-2. Get somebody on base, and then a fly out to the second baseman. It turns into a double play. And now he's got a battle, 2 on base, 1-1 on this. It was Roger Wright, but let's double check. I'm not sure it's Roger still. It is. And now it's 1-2. So pitcher versus pitcher that we saw starting pitcher-wise. But now you're expecting the pitcher to get you a base hit. That one goes up, and it's going to sail out. Looks like it's closer than it was. Bounces back into play. A great grab by the first baseman, John Varney. Just wished he could have used his go-go gadget arm to catch it before it hit the seats and went back over to him. 1-2 now. John Wright taking some swings because he'd like to get on base somehow, keep his team alive. Wright's got walked once, struck out once, and flew out to the second baseman so far in the ball game. So hasn't got any outside of the walk. Has only got on base once. He'd like to do something to get on base, whether it be walking or running. Either way. 3-2, a full count to him, and he knows the pressure on the other side of the mound. Now he's got the pressure on this side in the batter's box. Bottom of the 7th here, tied up, needs a hit, goes into the gap, and leaves it up there too long and catches it. We're going to go to the 8th inning as he goes out pitcher-to-pitcher duel. He flies out to the center fielder, and that'll do it here for the 7th inning. We go into extras here from Canal Park, looking to see who's going to get the victory in the Akron City Series game. All right, top of the extra innings for you here in the 8th as the Kenmore Cardinals have battled back down 2-0. They get a run in the 5th inning and then one in the top of the 7th. And unfortunately for them, Kyle Egan is the one that's done both of those scoring and getting on base, but he doesn't come up to the bottom of this inning. To start the inning, we're going to have Anthony Nolan and Kashani Colburn. Now, Anthony Nolan got hit by a pitch in the 2nd and walked in the 4th, but struck out in the 6th. So now here in the 8th, obviously the coaching staff would like one of the first 2 outcomes to get on base. Get on base however you got to. That one very much outside, and he does exactly what coach wanted. He gets on base with a walk. So no outs, and that's going to extend it and get Nick Carlin up at least. So the top of the order is going to have the first two people, and a strike. And nice news for them is Nolan, a good heads-up play, steals second on the low fake bunt. So he's now on second base, no outs. And there's the second strike called against Kashani Colburn, who has struck out twice and won in the 1-3 in the 6th inning. So hasn't had a lot of success at the plate, fouls this one back. And they're asking him to swing. Just swing the ball either way. 0-2 so far. Hasn't seen a ball. He gets that one down. They're going to have to make a play, and he's going to get on base. But unfortunately, his teammate goes to third and gets out there. And they're saying, I think he just overran the bag, but now he's going to second. They've got 5 players all around him. He's going back and forth. He gets away from one, tries to go to the other, and it's going to be a second out. Peter, could have gone any worse? I don't think so. A weird play. So he gets to first on a hit and then overruns first and heads towards second on a running error and then gets caught. But his teammate could have stayed at second. You could have had first and second, no outs. And now Egan's going to go right to the shortstop, and that's going to do it here for the inning. And not the way that they had hoped at all. As 1-2-3 inning for the Cardinals with such promise to start. We're going to go to the bottom of the 8th to see if they have any better luck with the Rams to get a score on the board and get this one going for them right here on APS 15. All right, bottom of the 8th here, and the Rams started off with a strike. And that strike goes to Jacob Milano, Terrace Robinson, and James Waters. Those are who's going to be up, but first strike, second strike for Milano. And Carlton he's dealing it. He's now in 8 innings. Throwing a complete game so far, where his counterpart, Wright, has had 2 innings off. Scoops it, grabs it, gets it into the 6-3. So gets the first out. And maybe a terrible omen for the Cardinals, as they could have had first and second, no outs, top of the order up. And then we felt pretty good here in the press box that they were able to get Nolan on no outs. And then Colburn gets a hit, and you were feeling good, but then base running on both of them just destroyed all hope possible. Egan comes up and, in my opinion, a little deflated with the outcome and gets an out. So it was a 1-2-3 inning. And now they got to come back defensively and stop all hits and base running. This one high into center field. Now he's coming hard, and he does get it. Gave us a little scare there, though. Gets the second out. And now here comes the hard part for Carlin, the third out. The third out's been the tough part for him. This is usually where he's had some struggles. And he just needs a 1-2-3 inning as well, because I think the bats might come alive for him in the 9th if they can get there. First one's going to be a ball. James Waters thinking just the opposite. He wants to get things ignited on his side. 2 balls. Coming up behind him is going to be Gerald Fisher, we believe. I'll double check it. They had a couple. Yeah, I believe it is Fisher. It is. 3-0. And just think of him as the second out. Once he puts the pressure to the third, he's had struggles, and he continues it as the third out was walked. We've seen this before. First inning, 2 Ks, and fielder's choice gets on base. Second inning, he had two Ks. Then he walked, and he gave up a base hit for the first run. In the third inning, he had 2 outs. Then he walked him. Fielder's choice before he got the out. And hopefully this is it for him, and it is. So luckily it doesn't go very long and goes 4 players and goes into the 9th inning. Still knotted at 2 here from Canal Park to the top of the 9th. All right, top of the 9th. It was a heck of a bottom of the 8th, and that's what got us into the top of the 9th here. Up for the Cardinals is going to be pretty much the top of the order outside of Egan. Nick Carlin, Cody Pace, and John Varney. It's kind of been the meat of their lineup for a lot of it. 1-1 now. We go into Carlin. As I discussed off air, Carlton might be our Fleury's Cafe player of the game, and he might not even win this one. He's pitched a complete game through 8 innings, and I don't foresee him not pitching the 9th also. So major league inning time for him. And he's got a hit as well. Well, he's got 2 strikes on this one. He needs to get a hit going here because he wants to keep this team alive. And he'll look at that one for the first out. As Fisher gets a K, his first one. He's now going on his 2nd inning, his Fisher. This one comes right back to him, and he'll throw to first. A low throw, but caught the 1-3, second out. And it could be 1, 2, 3 through the meat of the order. That's not what they want to do at all. That's going to be a ball. Hits this one towards our cameras here, just short. A 1-2 on Varney. I need a spark. Oh, he could have. That one almost hit him in the shoulder. It was more of a flinch move than anything else. Peter laughing a little bit, but that was coming right at him. It was more get out of the way. And swings through on that one for another K. His second gets out of the inning. We go into the bottom of the 9th with the Rams and Cardinals still tied at 2. So here we go, bottom of the 9th. And we're going to start it with a strike. Up this inning is the top of the order, Tyreek Bryan, John Henry, and Mark Farrell. That one's a ball. And Carlin now in his 9th inning pitching. He's given up 4 hits. He's got 6 strikeouts. And you're going to add another hit on there. But at some point, you can only expect Superman to keep his strength for so long. He's done a valiant effort. And we're coming up on trying to figure out our Flurry's Cafe player of the game. Flurry's Cafe is right on 2202 Front Street in Cuyahoga Falls, open Monday through Saturday, 7 to 3 p.m. And they give our signature player of the game because they have signature pancakes that are just delicious. And we got a strike there. And Carlin, depending on how he ends this one out, he's pitched everything he could. He's even got a hit as well. Now we're 1-1. So John Henry up. And this Rams team currently at 500 on the season, and Carlin's got 5 of the 7 wins. Hit this himself, and he throws him out. He throws to first and gets Brian sleeping. And talking with Peter on the turn of the inning, I told him I thought Carlin might get player of the game even with a loss. And now he's got nobody on and working on his second out. And he might be on his way to doing it with the win if he can get out of this inning as well. It's a one-run ball game, so everything is magnified as the fly out to the center fielder. He's 2 outs. 2 outs down here in the in the bottom of the bottom of the 9th. We could be going to 10 after this. Isn't nice, Peter? We only decided to do 1 game today, but the 1 game is going to be equal to about 2, the way we're headed. All right, takes ball 1. So this is where Carlin has struggled, getting that 3rd out, but he is pumped now. But that's a big hit going into center field. He's got a man there, and he tracks it in. 2 flies out to the center fielder, and the defense helps him 1, 2, 3 in the inning, and the Cardinals will be up here in the top of the 10th. Here in the top of the 10th, Cardinals have battled in the top of the 7th to turn this game back to their sway. And then since then, we've just had fantastic inning after fantastic inning, and unfortunately this one in the 10th goes to Jake Perkins, who flies out to the shortstop. And I'm going to share my concern that I'm running out of space on my my sheet here, because in high school they only go to 7. I got 10, and I'm on 10. And I'll have to turn it over, I guess. He gets a ball. That one in the dirt. .30 as Anthony Pace has got 3-0. Vinny Larita and Anthony Nolan up this inning. That goes for a strike, so 3-1. Fisher continues the battle. Now in his 3rd inning, he came on in the 7th looking to close it out, and he's had to keep going, and now he gives up a walk. His 2nd walk. He's got, let's see here. He's got 2 Ks, 2 walks, and he hit 1 other player. He's got no wild pitches, which has been nice, because they did have a couple. We've had a couple in this game. And Vinny's, they only got 9 guys, so they're all going to play. No worry about playing time. And that ball comes in quick, but he can't scoop it. So ball was there, just couldn't handle it coming in hard. 1-1 to the batter. So now Larita's got a man in scoring position, 1 out. And a base hit. And that one, I think, is going to be caught. No, but it comes out. So he can run, and he's going to run home. And Larita gets a double. And they go up 3-2. So Vinny hits it into the gap. I think he would have had he ran hard to get it. Even if he had let it drop, he still probably would have had a double because it would have gone by him. I'm going to give him a double on that one. So Fisher gives up his first run and his first hit. Oh, I'm sorry. That's not his first hit. Second hit. No, I think it's his third hit. No. No. That one goes down, going to the shortstop. Shortstop bounces it, and it's going to be safe at first. I thought he threw it low, but Terrence Robinson has really done a good job at taking some of these lower ones and making it work when they come in. That's going to go E4. That was not a hit, Peter. He should have had it to the bag. But he threw it low and kind of threw it soft, I felt, also. So the E4 gets it on there. And now they've got to come across to get the force at second, but he overthrows that. And they're going to have a second run come in. And now a third run's coming because they don't turn fast enough. So a huge inning for him. Wow. It has opened up in ways we didn't think it was going to. Oh, he did not touch. So he did not touch third base. So we have an out. Was it Anthony Nolan's going to be out? So only one run. Jeez, I got to catch up on everything. It was a run, but now it's not. So he's going to be out at third for the second out. And they're saying that he did not touch third base coming around. And that was a little bit of the problem because he came up to third base right as he overthrew. So fielder's choice for him to get on first. And it was almost going to be another error on the run, but it ends up not being. And he sends this one over to second base. He throws across, a big arm, and he is safe. And big surprise, Kyle Egan gets another hit. That's his third hit so far. I'm still trying to catch up on all the other stuff. All right, so they got two runs. I got to add this one. No, that one doesn't count. This one counts, though. And that one goes over top, and this middle of the lineup continues to hammer it. His second hit, and that could Carlin. He gets on first, sends Egan to second, who usually has been stealing to get to second. And then they still have Colburn on third. Colburn got on with the fielder's choice, just trying to wrap my head around it. Anthony Pace gets walked after the first out. Vinny gets a hit, gets really a double. But when he goes to third, trying to come around, he scores. Vinny scores. Anthony Nolan from first tries to go around, and on the error does not tag third, scores, but then doesn't make it home because of not touching third. They tag him out. This one's going to be a great hit down the third baseline. And Egan's going to score. And Colburn's going to score. So he comes around to score, and he comes around to score. 1, 2. I got to mark this one off. 1, 2, 3, 4 runs in this inning. Did not see it coming. Nope, nope. And now Gerald Fisher in 3 innings has given up 4 runs. And we're not out of this inning yet. That one for a ball. And he's got 4 hits. All right, as we get things going here, new pitcher on the mound. And this one goes for a ball. This going to Jake Perkins. I'll give you a recap of what we may have missed. 1-1 now. I'm going to get an extra piece of paper because we're out. I'm out of paper over here. All right, so this is 2-1. I'll recap what happened for us here in the inning so far when we get a little break. Into do this one is John Henry, and now the pitcher. That one inside. And the player looking. And we timed out. So I guess that's strike 3. I know I was looking as well. That ends the inning as, let me just catch everything up for. We're going to go through the middle of this inning, Peter, just to catch people up. So on that one, it was Jake Perkins to end the inning here as he gets the 3rd out. Now, looking at the inning, we had a lot of things in this inning to start off with. Jake Perkins started the inning flying out to the shortstop for the 1st out. Then after that, Anthony Pace, he walked to get on first, stole second, and then Vinny got a double, which scored Pace, giving them the 1 run they needed to take the lead. And then he was able to get to 3rd when Nolan got on there with an error to get on base, and he ended up scoring. And then the fielder's choice got Kashani Colburn on base. The additional error allowed Anthony Nolan to run around 3rd and home, which people thought was a score, but he did not tag 3rd, so they threw him back to 3rd to get him out for the 2nd out in the inning. So that allowed them to still have Kashani on first base. Then Egan got a beautiful hit to the left side, so they had someone on 1st and 2nd. And then Nick Carlton, another hit, a fantastic hit out and left, allowed Colburn and Egan, who had the Jets on, to score. And he got on first. Corey Pace got a single as well, back-to-back singles for the Cardinals. That moved Carlton to 3rd. And then Varney got walked, loaded the bases, brought in a new pitcher for the last one. They had 2 outs at that time. And then, unfortunately, Perkins struck out swinging for the 3rd out. And that's how we got 4 runs in the 10th. The Rams now need to have similar luck here as they get going and want to finish this game. And guess who they're facing? They're facing Nick Carlton, who has pitched 10 innings in this game. Fouls that one back. waits for it. And let's see here. All right, so we got Dante Keys up. I have my innings all over. These all go over here in the 10th. That went inside for ball. Three and two, full count. I was one off, as I was one of those things on the score sheet where you end on the bottom of one inning and then you end up putting on the top. So I had 6 outs in the 8th inning when I should have had 3 in the 8th, 3 in the 9th. That's usually how it goes. 6-3, that one goes. First out. I'm sorry, not 6-3, 5-3. 5-3. He came up to go get it. Now up to bat is going to be Roger Wright, and he'll be followed by Jacob Milano. Wright pops this one up over. Well, it looked a lot closer when I was looking at the player. The ball went a lot farther into the stands. That's where you kind of followed where the player is looking and then realized how much further it went. It's been an interesting one here. Kind of exploded here after the game was over, coming right at my window, but about a couple feet short. Bounces back up and out off the plastic seats. In this game, you better have a glove sitting behind the net because they've popped a lot over. You can get some good action out here. That one looks like a good hit, but it's going straight to the center fielder and directly to him. Line to number 8, and that's the second out. So the Cardinals are 1 out away from completing a 5-run comeback starting in the 7th inning. Found themselves down 2-1, top of the 7th, 3 outs away. They were able to get a run in the 7th to tie things up. And then we had a lull in the 8th and 9th inning, 10th inning, 4 runs that really started with the bottom of their lineup that hit through. And you're looking at the Flurries player of the game for sure. I don't care if they came back and scored 5 runs, I'm still giving this kid the player of the game. He's pitched 10 innings. And he's been by far the best player on the field. Not only has he done it greatly on the mound, but he's hit the ball pretty well too. He's got 2 hits. Been on base 3 times, and certainly had a big base hit there in the top of the 10th. That one goes in, and he'll look at it, and what have we done here? Looks at the final one and the final out, and if you can believe it, these Cardinals have come all the way back to win this game 6-2 in this spring classic here at the Canal Park, and you couldn't have asked for a better game. The effort from both sides were just fantastic. In looking at it, you had on the other side for the Rams, looking at Dante Keys had 2 hits. Let's see, Roger Wright, he went 6 innings, had 4 Ks, gave up 5 hits and 2 runs. Gerald Fisher, though, just did the extra innings. He pitched 3 innings really in relief, but had 2 Ks, walked 2. Gave up 4 runs on 4 hits. And that was a struggle for them going to him. He thought it was going to be kind of the jolt of energy they needed to finish this game out with the lead, but they battled all the way back. Looking at the Cardinals, they had some just timely hitting where you had, let's see here. Nick Carlton had 2 hits. Kyle Egan was really their main man on the bag. He had 3 hits and scored 3 runs. Certainly their best offensive player, as if you look at it, when he started off the inning, had hits or errors to get him on base each time outside of the 8th inning, including that 10th inning where he got a base hit, and then Carlton brought it up with an additional base hit, and that really just lit up that inning when they had consecutive singles, not fielder's choice or errors, but singles to get on base. And certainly we want to congratulate Nick Carlin on the Flurries player of the game, signature player of the game. Why? Because Flurries Cafe has signature pancakes. Flurries Cafe at 2202 Front Street in Cuyahoga Falls. We want to certainly congratulate Nick because he might need a pancake or so after pitching 10 innings. Certainly a major league start for him, and you can tell why he's got 6 wins on the season. He's got 6 of their 8 wins, so he's certainly their ace and certainly played fantastic, and want to congratulate him on his signature player of the game today for us. Want to thank all of those that helped make this possible. Our producer, Ryan Rittenhouse, for scheduling a fantastic game, for all the crew here at the Canal Park. Certainly a great venue to watch a game, and this one a nail-biter for the entire time. For Joe Bukansky, who's on vacation, hey, buddy, get back to work. For Peter, George, and I that were here, Peter, thanks for being here. Thank you for all of you for watching that make the Akron Public Schools what it is. Thank you, and have a good night.